Hello and welcome to this video tutorial on creating a manufactured item in ManuDyn Cloud 9. To access the manufactured items screen, go to the database entry menu group and select the manufactured items menu item. The manufactured items screen is the same as the material items screen and either can be used to create material or manufactured items. The only difference is that when you click the item code lookup search button, the default filter is set to the menu item you selected. In the field located in the blue toolbar, we need to enter the item code that we want to create or modify. I will create an item called CUSDES-widget. Then click the Manufactured Item option to move into the Attributes tab. The system is loaded in the Attributes for the entered item code. If we have entered a new record, the Attributes tab will be blank. I will start entering the description for this item. Widget using cold rolled 12L14 0.625. Note I have prefixed the item code with CUSDES- as CUSDES is the customer code that I am making this product for. By adding this prefix, I can easily identify items that have been created for each customer. For more information on coding systems, see the video titled Creating an Item Coding System in ManuDyn. Next, I will identify the item as being measured in units. The standard cost field will be left at 0 as the system will calculate the cost when the item is quoted or ordered using the material and routing information that we will enter. Set the product type that this item belongs to. Product types can be used to group similar products for reporting, quoting, or for activating the critical sizes. If you need help in creating product types, please view the Getting Started Configure Product Types video. The person entering the data should enter their initials into the Estimator Initials field. We will skip the Stalls tab as it was covered in creating an item video and instead click on the Vendors tab. Notice how our company code is listed as the vendor. The system does this to identify that we will be manufacturing this item. If you had the option of purchasing it elsewhere, you could also enter those vendors' details by clicking on an empty row in the grid. Next, click the Sales tab. The Sales tab can be used to define a price list with unlimited sales categories, which is defined through System Settings, General Options. I'm not going to worry about a price list as I'm going to prepare a quote for this item instead. Next, we will set the bill of material information by clicking on the Materials tab. The Materials grid displays the bill of materials for this item. To edit or view a material entry, click on the corresponding row in the grid. To enter a new entry, click on the empty row at the bottom of the grid. Either type in the materials item code or click on the lookup search button. I will select the material I created in the Creating an Item video, 030-C12L15-0.625 hex. The system will load in the default information for this material, including the vendor price list. I can change the vendor and price by clicking on a row in the vendor price list. In my example, I will set the quantity of this material to be used to make 1 unit of this item as 0.1. Click OK to return this information to the grid display. An unlimited number of materials can be added if required. Next, we will identify the process routing for the item by clicking on the Routing tab. The Routing grid displays the list of processes for this item. To edit or view a process entry, click on the corresponding row in the grid. To enter a new entry, click on the empty row at the bottom of the grid. Select the work area from the list for this process. If a formula was defined for this work area, you will be prompted to enter the formula's parameter values. In my case, I have a parameter called number of passes for which I will enter a value of 4. The defaults for the selected work area will be loaded. Alter these as necessary for this process. Click OK to return this information to the grid display. An unlimited number of processes can be added if required. When finished entering processes, you can also upload any related drawings for this item by clicking on the Other tab and adding a file. I have now finished entering my item, and since I haven't made any changes on this tab, I can just close the record by clicking on the Close button at the bottom of the tab. If you need to enter additional material or manufactured items, you can do so now by typing in a new item code. Once you are finished, you can return to the home page by clicking the Home Page button at the top of the screen, or by clicking the Exit button in the toolbar. In the next video tutorial, we will create a quote record in the system. Click on the link to start the next video.